Swastiastu. Good morning, Mr. Vijaya and friends that I love and I care for. Thank you for the opportunity that has been given to me to deliver a speech. Let me start by giving you some background information of why I choose this specific as my topic for today's speech. So here, I need to tell you more about myself. Since I was a kid, I've always been in love with fictional characters such as Fairy, Barbie, but the most favorite fictional character that I love, even until now, is superheroes and everything from superhero movie, superhero stuff, everything from superhero universe. That is not real, unfortunately. Now, all of this superhero stuff really molded me as a kid, and it taught me a lot of lessons that I would like to share with you guys throughout this speech. 2015. I can clearly remember when I was a high school student, I watched TV in the living room alone at night, and I accidentally find Spider-Man movie, the first Spider-Man movie on Trans TV. And I found it look interesting, and I decided to watch it. And you can guess, that was the moment I watched a superhero movie for the first time in my life. And I decided to watch another superhero movie from another production, from another studio, such as from DC, Star Wars, Marvel. Now, I believe all of you guys have watched cartoon movie such as Dora the Explorer, Chalk Zone, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Simpsons, or any similar show to this. Now, we know a fiction has a huge power mold how we are going to be when we grow up. Especially in this generation, you can see around you that most of children right now grew up literally with iPads or with phone, with laptop, computer in their hands, and they always watching cartoon or any movie from streaming platform, from Disney, HBO, and all of those. Now, all of this video that they watch and on the screen is how their moral will grow. At first, since a kid, to learn not to do something or have to do something, and to be like from the show that they've already watched. And also, the character and the watch they preach. And this is also can make kids grow up with kind of hero syndrome, if you know, where they always want to be nice to everyone, they always want to help everyone around them, they want to be nice, they want to be kind, and that is mold me as a person when I was a kid, when I watched superhero movie. And you probably wondering, how is this possible? Actually, I do research about this, and according to Dr. Lance Garrison, a pediatric psychologist and a campus dean of the Dallas campus of the Chicago School of Professional Psychology, he says that superheroes can be a positive influence on children, on a kid, as they often embody qualities such as bravery, compassion, and a strong and a power sense of justice. And some children might find comfort in the idea of this superhero, a hero that who can overcome challenges, so many challenges, and can protect the innocent, can protect the world, even protect the universe. Especially if they feel vulnerable or they feel powerless in their own, they feel insecure of their life. Now, however, It's important to children for children to understand that superheroes are just actually fictional character, that real life problem should be addressed in a more realistic and appropriate way. That is what he said about superhero. Now, I will explain in this simple term. The superhero stuff here bring comfort to those who watch it. Just like fairy tales. Maybe you guys also heard many fairy tales when you were a kid, which are truly fantasy, but it's satisfying to see. Even if you have seen any superhero movie before, but you rewatching again, seeing them again, wouldn't be boring because the storyline of superhero movie, the character of a superhero movie is very clear and obvious. You wouldn't be confused if you watch it again. Now, with that in mind, I would like to share 4 lessons that superhero movie taught me and how they shaped me as a person, featuring my all-time favorite superhero movie, the Batman trilogy. Before I say the lessons, I want to tell you the synopsis of 3 Batman movies so you won't be confused. So Bruce Wayne, who was just to stay and face his fears in the past and become a hero of his home, Gotham City, which is the place of his parents wanted him to protect and make him prosper. Let's move on to the first lesson. The first lesson that I learned is how you will rise if you never actually fall. You have to fall several times, but what really matters is that you rise. You stand up each time life brings you down to your knees. Stand up again and again. Let's take an example. Even a 1-year-old kid have to fall many times, hundreds of times before they actually can stand with their legs, with their feet, without any help. Then again, after that, they have to fall again many times to learn how to walk, how to run. So, what I learned in this lesson is people have failed multiple times before they actually reach the top of their goals, what they want to be. They have fallen several times. The second lesson is have your own values, your own powers, and your own morals. It will define you as a person. And also, don't do something just because you want to because you want convention from someone. Do it because you want to prove to yourself how you identify yourself as a person. And also, don't follow someone else's dream. Don't follow your friend dreams, your partner path, because you will get tired of chasing others people's dream. You will wasting your time. Let's take an example here. There are, according to an independent poll by CEO of psychology application app, Aku Pintar, you probably heard it before, Lutfianto Febri Handoko, in 2017. 87% uni students out there feel they are in the wrong major. And what actually make that happen? I believe there's one reason. One of the reasons is because they didn't know their power, they didn't know their knowledge, they didn't know their worth, and they are too fear to face something that they didn't even start yet. And also, because they follow someone else's dream, like I said before, maybe their friend, their girlfriend, because they think if they have someone in a class, let's say in university, because if they choose same major as their friend, they would be safe, they would be comfort, because they have someone in that class. But the fact is actually they're just wasting their time chasing someone else's dream. They live in someone else's dream. Number 3, enemies are necessity in life. And what you have to keep is fighting them. Keep fighting them, keep fighting your enemies, because enemies are something which will help you to grow in your life. Enemies doesn't have to be person, enemy doesn't have to be creator, so doesn't have to be person like a joker, doesn't have to be person or aliens such as Thanos. Enemies can be a various form. Let's take an example. When you join competition, your enemy actually not just the other contestant out there, but your fear, your insecurity, your too much expectation what you want to be in your performance. That is also your enemies. When you write script for your competition, you feel stuck and don't know what to write anymore. You don't have any reference. That is also your enemy. Your enemy could also be your difficult situation that you may be in right now. Now, these all enemies is necessity of life. Instead of focus on your problem, learn from that situation, because every difficult situation in life will help you to grow. Now, the third and the last lesson that I learned is greater the goals you want to achieve, greater the risk you have to take. In the movie, in the Dark Knight movie, in the Batman movie, The Dark Knight Rises, Bruce had to take the leave of his life when he escaped his enemy's prison, and he had to do it without any external support. He put his life on the line because of that he succeeds. He saved his city and his life. Now, I'm not saying that you guys have to put your soul as the risk when you want to reach your goal, but the risk you will take will keep on growing with the magnitude of your goal. Let's take an example. In May of 1961, when United States sent spaceship to space, to travel into space, can you imagine actually the risk that they have to take in that action? If there one false step, one miscalculation, how many people will die in that spaceship? How many $1 billion will burn? So the greater goal that you want is the greater risk that you will have to face. And all that risk, all that mistake will help you grow in your life. Some applies to life. I will make example. When I make this speech right now, when I make the script, I actually want to make something different. Some different topic that I think basically I can search it easily on Google through tons of website and through tons of book, but I changed my mind in the last minute because I want to make a speech by myself that I personally would enjoy to write, I personally enjoy to perform it. Even though when I wrote that speech, the script, I want to give up because I think I wouldn't be able to finish it, to link it all in on time. But here I am, I win against my enemy. My race, I win. I already made 80% of my speech by myself. I make the script whole by myself and perform it here in front of you. Now, after discussing how superhero movie affect your life by changing my perspective, I want to share with you guys how this superhero movie actually be part of me. As a part-time job, a part-time teacher, with my student is majority of my student is grade 2 until 5, which is elementary school student. I teach them a basic vocabulary, basic English vocabulary. So and all of my students is actually really love superhero movie. So I always attempt to tie my topic with superhero movies so that they can understand better, so that they can read their book again when they get home and be interesting with their notes actually. So here's what I did. I always take a picture. When I make a worksheet from them, I always put a picture of their favorite superhero movie there. When I teach vocabulary, let's take an example. I want to teach them about a verb. So I put a picture of Spider-Man jumping on that picture, and I will ask them, what does Spider-Man do in this picture? And most of them is actually get it. They get it, like they were like, oh, Spider-Man is jumping, and I will do it repeatedly in a different form, of course, because I don't want to make them get tired of it. And all of this really changed me as a person, and superhero movie really helped me with my job right now. I really felt that. Now, after so superhero movie and stuff not just give impact in my life, but also it changed my perspective and thought, but it also actually helped me how to get money, as I said before, because they literally helped me on my job. And finally, fictional characters, particularly superheroes, especially superheroes, have the ability to influence and inspire us in ways that are beyond our wildest dreams. They can assist us becoming better people, becoming better person, and seeing the world in a new light and working towards better future for ourselves and everyone around us. So I want to ask you now, why not see superhero movie today? Who knows, it could transform your life as mine. Alright, it's been a pleasure with all of you today. Wishing you have a good day and thank you. Om Santi 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 Om.